Watching ScissorBoy.com. My name's Adriana. Thank you for joining us, and stay right there. We are joined by Sally and James Brooks, of course, of the famous Brooks and Brooks. Now, Sally, what do you plan to do on the lovely Mia here?
Okay, lovely Mia already looks lovely.
Yeah, she does. She does indeed.
So much hair that she's got. I mean, it's a phenomenal amount of hair. We're going to do something that's like a little bit more of a grungy style bob. I think that's very relevant at the moment. It's a very simple technique. It's something that we use a lot in the salon, which is really relevant to everybody watching. It's a technique that can be used important when you're working with this amount of hair, that you reduce some of the hair in some places, because otherwise she's going to end up looking like she's wearing a wig.
Right.
Yeah? So what we have to do is flatten some of the sections out from underneath first, so that the top can move a little bit more.
Okay.
We're just going to reduce the hair right at the bottom and put that shape into the bottom. Now all I'm doing is using it as a comb. So I'm not razoring like reduction, I'm just razoring literally as though I'm using my comb, and I'm just following the shape by combing it into the middle on both sides. Okay, so the next section, we're going to work over the top of the one we've done before. So we have a graduation underneath. This time I'm going to work up and over, and I'm going to flatten that section of hair out. All I'm going to do is pick my razor up again, and I'm going to now use it exactly the same as a comb. Chin down for me a little bit, babes, that's great. And I'm going to comb everything right through to the centre and take off the curve. So we're going to use the razor as though we're using it as a C angle, not straight down.
Okay.
And that will just cause the hair to bevel and push forward naturally. All we're going to do now is pull the hair straight back. And I'm just going to leave it just what I call some little naughty, dangerous pieces. So don't be too perfect when you cut at the moment. I'm going to come right round, sorry.
Yeah, I noticed, so you're bringing everything to the back. Okay.
Okay, so now what I'm going to do is start to work on the top section. You can see really, it's really simple, but already it's just a really nice shape on her.
It's lovely.
So I'm going to work on the section straight behind the crown. I'm not going to connect it into anything, but I'm going to keep it round. So the layers are going to be heavy, everything's going to be round, and we're going to work on the same vibe as we were working on before. So I'm going to start by cutting this back section here.
So you're staying with that whole dishevelled?
Staying with the whole dishevelled now. So at the moment we've got 1, 2, this is my third tier working through. I'm going to come up over the last, over the last. Okay, so all we've got left now is the top section, and we're going to work that again within the haircut, but I'm going to work that from this point straight the way through and straight up to the top. So I'm going to put almost a layer through it, but I'm not going to connect that layer to anything else. So there's my back. Going to come up over the back and take out from the front. So again, corner on the crown. And again, you want as much, don't cut it like that.
Right.
If you cut it like that, you can take all your length off. You need to come in.
So it's directly down.
So it's much more directly down. What I'm going to do now is cut in fringe. Close your eyes for me, darling. And keeping that it's in her eyes feel, but just a little bit more like it's in her eyes and it's meant to be, as opposed to it's in her eyes and it's grown out.
Right, okay. Again, you're not doing a blunt thing, you're...
Just disheveling the edges just a little bit. Again, that's probably more about the amount of hair she's got.
Okay.
Because even if I chip it, she still looks like it's a very heavy...
Yeah.
And a blow dry shouldn't take ages. Otherwise, when they get home themselves, it's still going to take ages.
Yeah.
So that's just finished. Now, what I would recommend again if she was my client is that she just left it to dry naturally.
Yeah, it looked
Maybe
lovely when it was a bit wet.
fringe.
Yeah.
That's about it. And then I'm just going to finish it again. I think this is really important as well when you tell your clients to keep them in fashion is what keeps it in fashion is the finish.
Okay.
It's shine in fashion, it's matte in fashion thing. So all I'm going to do literally is I'm going to put a bit of powder in my hands and I'm going to just work
I've
that.
heard about this stuff, see, and I haven't actually ever used it myself or seen anyone use it yet, so...
You get addicted to it.
I bet. So what does this actually do?
You either love it or hate it.
Okay.
I always say to my clients, don't overdose. That looks like the tiniest little bottle.
Does,
But if you put that all in your hair, you will have hair enormously, like massively like this.
Oh, okay.
But it's a mixture between a dry shampoo and a styling product. It's completely matte. So if I do this,
okay,
I can make hair